Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Drag Chat. First, let's say hello to my co-host, Rosemary in New York. Hi, Rosemary.
Hi, everyone.
I'm excited about this episode. How about you?
I'm very excited, very excited.
Okay, everybody out there, you want to know why we're so excited? Because we have our very first special guest, and that is the fantastic Snap Sisters!
Yay!
Now, the Snap Sisters are twins. Can you guess why we had them on this episode? But the thing that's fabulous about the Snap Sisters being twins is, one, they are identical twins, but they're what you call mirror twins. One is left-handed, one is right-handed, one is dark, one is light. One loves the Disney villains, the other loves the Disney princesses. You couldn't be more alike, yet more opposite. So we thought they would be perfect to be on this episode of Drag Chat. Let's say hello to them. They're calling in from Iowa. So we've got Chicago, New York, and Iowa all together. Hello to Natasha and Vivian Snaps.
Hello, Natasha and Vivian Snaps.
Hi, Rosemary. You're looking gorgeous, girl. I could die.
So are you two. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, stop. You're going to give me a big head, and I'll tell you, I love some head. Woo! Girl, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
This week on RuPaul, they did the special conjoined twins, and I thought it would be fabulous to have twins on the show. And I couldn't have asked of anyone better than the Snap Sisters themselves. So, girls, we are really pleased to have you with us this week.
We are so thrilled to be here. We've been looking forward to it.
It's going to be fun. Now, let's get into this episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, first up, before they even got to the mini challenge, RuPaul hinted that there would be a queen returning, and she said they were coming through the door, and it turned out to be Latrice Royale. What'd you think of Latrice's grand return?
Oh my God, I was so glad to see her because I loved Latrice from the last season. I thought she was wonderful, so it was a pleasant surprise, and I was shocked and saying, "Oh my God, she's bringing somebody from other seasons." But that was just RuPaul's way of, keeping the suspense going.
Girls?
Oh my goodness. It was so much fun to see Latrice back on the show. Oh, and I nearly died when she was like, "Get those nuts out of my face." Oh, I died. Yes. That's what RuPaul needs, more Latrice.
That's right.
We all need more Latrice,
Yes.
honey. Thank God there's enough of her to go around, huh? Well, let's move straight into the mini challenge. Orange is the new drag. And the winner of that challenge ended up being Kennedy Davenport. First, I'd like to ask Natasha, what did you think of the challenge, and what did you think of Kennedy winning this?
I thought the mini challenge was actually a lot of fun. I think Kennedy did a very good job. I mean, I could totally see, like her in a prison with the ashy knees, looking exactly like she did.
Girl needed some lotion.
That girl was a mess. But I must say, I like Ginger just a little bit better. I liked all the duct tape and everything she had going on, but the win was justified. I do agree. Kennedy was good.
Vivian, what about you, girl?
I agree that Katie was good, but I do think Ginger was better. I am like a diehard Ginger fan. Like, I just live and breathe for her. I love her. So I really wish she would have won because she just she looked like she would like beat me up in the yard. Like she looked scary, and I loved it. That cigarette hanging out of her mouth, it was crazy. I loved it.
Okay, well that's 2 for Ginger. What about you, Rosemary?
I thought Ginger was cute. I did not agree with Kennedy winning because the challenge was to take the uniform, right, and make something out of it. She did not use the uniform. She had something entirely different on. So I don't agree. I thought Katya was phenomenal. I thought the whole mask thing, and she did use the uniform, and she modified it. So my vote went to Katya.
Well, I kind of agree with you, Rosemary. Sorry, the Snap Sisters, but yeah, Katya gave me the wow moment with that leopard mask on her face. I was like, what the fuck is going on there? So I remembered her the most.
Oh my goodness, the leopard face mask. It was very
Yes.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
It was. It was very, put the lotion in the basket. Like, it was a scary moment. No. I hid under the couch. Like, it was scary.
I love you, Katya, but don't do that. No.
Maybe for Halloween.
Now, after the mini challenge is when RuPaul revealed that she truly was bringing back an eliminated queen. Now she brought out Trixie Mattel, which is the one that everybody thought was going to come back. But that wasn't the end of it. She brought back all 7 of them. I freaked out. How about you guys? Rosemary?
I thought it was a great idea because the contest was about twins. So I figured she paired everybody up. So it was clever. It was a clever move.
I thought it was brilliant. I thought bringing back all the girls was brilliant. It was a totally different twist, and I did not see it coming. When Trixie walked in, I was like, well, that was a little easy, you know? But then they brought in Tempest, and I was like, I seriously said out loud, Tempest? And that's funny because they cut to Katya saying, Tempest? And I was like, that's what I said.
Natasha.
I agree with what Vivian was saying because I went around when she announced that there will be someone returning. I went right away and it was going to be Trixie. I thought it was going to be Trixie, hands down. And then all of a sudden I saw other people coming. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I did not see it coming, not at all. It was a wonderful surprise.
We got blindsided in the prison yard.
It was so good to see old girls again. I loved it.
It was nice.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought some of the girls were going to shake some of the eliminated queens for coming back.
It's like they were going to shank some of those bitches. I think Ginger through the whole episode wanted to shank some of them bitches.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Get off of my episode.
I would have been the same exact way.
It was a great, great twist, a great surprise. I loved it. Now, I don't know about you three, but one of the things that happened in the workroom this week that kind of brought some of the drama was Miss Sasha Belle being the social butterfly and just say, hi, how you been? Ooh, I love that fabric. Ooh, let's talk, let's catch up. Meanwhile, our little red-headed ginger Minj is sitting over there at the table working on their gowns, steaming, seething, getting a little testy. She was not happy. What do you think about this one?
Yeah,
you think she was right in getting upset?
Oh, she was definitely right because she knew that she was not a sewer, she was not a seamstress, so she needed all the help she can get. And she wasn't about to go around and ask everybody else to help because this is a competition. And her partner just couldn't care less. You know, she's out there talking to this one, talking to that one. So, you know, we understand now why Sasha Belle was voted off, so soon. Because she wasn't a team player.
I felt so bad for Ginger Minj. Like, I think maybe editing had something to do with the situation because I sincerely hope that Sasha Belle didn't come into the workroom and decide to be that lazy. Because that's what it came off as, lazy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going around, oh, I like that fabric. Girl, how you doing? I'm like, if that were me, I'd be yelling at Sasha, get your ass over here and help me or you're going out there and nothing.
That's right.
I'm surprised Ginger didn't do that.
Yeah,
You
like
think she would have spoke up directly to her and be like, I'm not doing this all by myself. You get your ass back here and you help me.
Yeah.
But
I
then again,
know.
it could have been Sasha knew that she wasn't going to win. She wasn't going to come back on the show. So she wanted to make the connections with the other queens so she could have those future friendships with them.
comes down to
Right.
bookings.
Right. So she's friends with everybody.
Collect them coins, honey.
Did you find anything else interesting in the workroom this week?
Yes, Tempest, when she was talking about wanting to be straight when she was younger or being sent to, what was it, a camp or something?
Oh, that turn yourself straight camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's horrid. Like, I was just
That-
appalled.
You know,
And
people
Tempest
do that,
seems-
though.
Yeah, they do.
I know, and it's appalling.
It is. And you know
And
what? It's
Tempest
very
is-
big. And
It seems like such a lovely person.
I mean, I can understand what she's going through because when I was young, I hated the fact that I was gay. I hated it so much, and I would cry myself to sleep almost every night, just wishing I was straight, that I was normal. And I can completely understand what she's going through.
Yeah, I've had those days, too. So let's ask our straight girl here, Rosemary. What are your thoughts on this, honey?
oh my God, you guys are gonna make me cry. um,
Oh.
when I saw that about Tempest, it really broke my heart because that is big in the Mormon community. They call it conversion therapy, where they try to convince the child that they are not normal, and they're going to try to pray, the gayness, but they don't call it gayness, they call it something else. But they're going to try to pray them into being normal, what they call normal. As a matter of fact, there was a show just recently on one of the cable channels, I forget which one, where the title was "My Husband is Not Gay." And these are Mormons that are married.
Yes.
And the husbands have an attraction to other men, but because they don't have sex with them, they don't consider themselves gay. It's sad. It's so sad that they put these people through that.
I saw that show. It was sad. And obviously, those guys they're actually gayer than me.
Yes.
That's hard to imagine. Gayer than you, Xander?
Hey, watch
There's
it,
the big
girl.
old man in a dress right here.
Oh, that's true. I don't wear dresses, so I guess you two are gayer than me. Rosemary, did you have anything from the workroom that you wanted to talk about?
The other thing in the workroom that was a little bit disturbing was the story about Trixie and how she got her name. Being abused by her stepfather, right? And her stepfather would abuse her or him as a child and call him Trixie. And so I guess to get back at the stepfather, she kept that name. It's so heartbreaking. It really is, these stories, how people just refuse to understand that it's not a preference. It's something you're born that way, and you're no different. You are normal. You're a human being. It's not like you were born with a second head or or a third arm. You're a human being. You're normal, but society doesn't recognize it that way, and it's so sad when I hear these stories. It really it bothers me. I don't want to break down because I took too long to put on the stupid makeup, but it bothers me. It really does, to no end.
It was. That was really sad to hear that instead of being called a fag or a queer, being called Trixie. You're a Trixie. But I'm glad that she took that name and became proud of it and went forward with it. Okay, there is one more thing I wanted to talk about on the workroom chit-chat, and that was Miss Fame. RuPaul once again said, "How's your head?" And Miss Fame still didn't get the fucking joke. And RuPaul tried to explain it to her, and she still didn't get the fucking joke. I just laughed my ass off. I don't know about you guys, but it just cracked me up. I'm like, girl, you're so pretty, but what's going on in between those wigs there?
She had a William Bell moment. I just wanted to slap the shit out of her. I'm like, take the joke. Like, if anybody would ask me, how's your head? I'd be like, well, awkward and sloppy. Just the way the men like it. Like, Just anything. She just can't get the joke.
Funny because it's true.
Yeah, my head is awkward and sloppy. The men do love it, though.
Okay.
It just
Wow,
comes
this
down to we're not
conversation took
listening.
this conversation took a left turn real fast, didn't it?
This could become a drinking game. How many times does Vivian say head? Seriously, I think I've said it like
Oh,
6
no.
times already.
We'll be drunk before we even get to the fucking runway. Are you kidding me?
I'm drunk now. Woo!
Well, let's start with Natasha this time. Natasha, what did you think about RuPaul's gown this week?
Okay, RuPaul's gown. I really quite thought it was basic. I didn't think there was really anything that spectacular, and seemed to be so much bright lights on her. It was hard for me to actually even see the dress. It wasn't until she started, moving a little bit that I actually saw there was some kind of fringe or something going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what was going on. I don't know. She felt very self-conscious and be like, put another filter on me, or I don't know what was going on.
Tragic season 1 filters.
But yeah, it pretty much was. And I don't know what was going on there. I just thought it was basic, really. Nothing all spectacular. She really kind of has been missing the mark on most of her looks this season. Which is really sad to me, but her stylist needs to step up the game a little bit. That's what I think.
A little bit. Rosemary?
I totally agree. I thought it made her look very matronly. I didn't like it at all. And I loved her face and her hair. That this week her makeup was on point, and her hair. But the gown just made her look matronly. She's got a phenomenal shape. Why would you want to wear something that doesn't show it?
I know what you mean, and I agree with the Snap Sisters here. The lighting totally blurred out the dress. You couldn't really see it. Her hair and makeup were flawless. As always, hello, it's RuPaul. But the dress, you were right when you said season 1 lighting, because that was it. It totally drowned it out.
That's what I was thinking of the whole time. I was like, why are you so blurry?
All right, now we're all sitting here talking about the lighting on the gown, and we all agree on this. And it made her look matronly, it made her look blurry, it made her look season 1 lighting and all that. But I took that picture and I darkened it, and I found that there's a lot of intricate detail in this gown. Now that you've seen the gown and all of its detail, girls, what do you think now?
Well, I think it's a shame that they don't get the lighting correct, because if I saw it as her looking matronly, I'm sure others did as well. So they did no justice to her by not having the proper lighting. Shame on, her crew.
Right, exactly. Girls?
I don't understand why they would blow it out so much. Why cover all that detail? Like, it just does not make sense. Was there a problem with her makeup, her hair, or something? Like, they had to disguise the fact of something for there to be such harsh lighting.
Yeah, I don't know. And I didn't see a problem with her makeup or her hair to have to do the lighting, but that lighting ruined the dress for me. Mm-hmm. So, with the lighting, didn't care for it. Without the lighting, loved it.
But we can all celebrate in the fact that it wasn't #buttfucking ugly.
Yeah, it was a cute dress.
It was passable.
I don't know where you've heard that expression before.
That's a first.
Where RuPaul took the previously eliminated queens and paired them up with the current contestants. So all 14 were back. Kennedy, as the winner of the mini challenge, was the one who put the pairs together. The pairs were Kennedy and Jasmine, Katya and Mrs. Kasha Davis, Pearl and Trixie Mattel, Miss Fame and Kandy Ho, Jaidynn and Tempest, Violet, Chachki and Max, and Ginger Minj and Sasha Belle. Now, my question for you before we get to the challenge itself was, do you think that Miss Kennedy Davenport was being strategic or shady?
I think she was being both. I think she was being both. She was being strategic in her alignment with Jasmine, but she was definitely being shady with putting Jaidynn and Tempest Dujour together. I mean, that was a difficult thing to pull off, although I think they kind of carried it out kind of well. But she's smart. She knows what she's doing.
Natasha?
I do believe she was being a little shady. But to be honest, I don't think it was all that bad. I think everybody except for like Tempest, poor Jaidynn. I mean, they got really short end of stick on there. But I think she
Literally.
But I think she did a pretty good job overall.
Okay. Vivian?
I don't think there. Well, on the most part, I don't think there was anything shady about it, except for maybe in the case of Ginger, and
Sasha?
yeah,
Sasha.
Yes.
she can't go to her thing. Because
Put your reading glasses on to read your notes, girl.
reading, darling. Reading is what? Fundamental.
All right.
But
Well-
yeah, I thought that was kind of off because as I take it on the show, a lot of people didn't like Sasha. Like they didn't, because I watch all of the Untucked and everything, and they're always attacking Sasha, making fun of Sasha. I think that was a little shady because Ginger is so high all the time and wins all these challenges. I thought she gave her maybe one of the quite possibly weakest links to bring her down a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that was
Yeah.
maybe strategy.
Yeah. That's a little shady there, but it's also strategy, too. It was no surprise to me that she picked Jasmine to be her partner because she knows Jasmine's her #1 fan.
Right.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the main challenge. The conjoined twins. Or what was that? Hashtag conjoined queens. They all came out. Now we're going to do our rapid runway here. Kennedy and Jasmine.
I don't think they pulled it off right. They could have added a little bit more embellishment.
Kennedy and Jasmine. I have to say, safe and bland. They left me wanting more. Sorry.
Okay.
I am definitely going to say cheap leg brace.
Leg condom alert.
Right.
Oh, gosh. Well, Kennedy and Jasmine, all I can say is, next! Katya and Mrs. Kasha Davis.
I love them. I love them. They weren't beautiful, but I love them.
Katya and Kasha. I thought they were hilarious. I've totally seen these people before in a casino.
Yes, definitely hilarious. Oh my god, I want to meet these two ladies.
Have a cigarette.
Play some bingo.
They cracked me up. That's all I can say is they cracked me up. Pearl and Trixie.
I like the idea. I think they pulled it off. I thought Trixie was phenomenal.
Pearl and Trixie. Hilarious, goofy, and awkward. It was like watching a Katy Perry video.
It was flawless. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Pearl's acting came out strong with Trixie. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Miss Fame and Kandy Ho.
I like what they were going for, but it's been done before, so I think it's a little bit played out with the whole plastic surgery thing.
Plastic surgery prep gone way wrong. I'm tired of looking at it.
Predictable and not exciting.
Miss Fame and Kandy Ho. No. Hashtag bearded lady. Yay! I know this is rapid fire, but thank you, Miss Fame, for doing Kandy Ho's makeup. Thank you. Jaidynn and Tempest Dujour.
There again, I liked what they were going for, but I don't think it worked. I don't think it worked at all.
Jaidynn and Tempest. Honey, Disco's dead and it looked like it died all over him. I hated it.
Just one word. Cheap. Cheap.
Oh! Jaidynn and Tempest. Loved the concept, but Jaidynn tried to overshow her and it didn't work. Violet, Chachki, and Max.
I loved it. I thought this was the best look. For me, this was the best look.
Violet and Max. They were gorgeous, but if I see them wear one more corset, I'm going to scream and throw things out the window.
I thought they looked good. I thought they actually looked like they were twins. Very good.
I agree, Natasha. That's what I was going to say, is they looked like they were actually twins. And I loved the burlesque vaudeville type style that they had going on. Finally, we had Ginger, Minj, and Sasha Belle.
I feel bad for Ginger because she was shortchanged. If she had someone to help her, I think she would have pulled off her idea a lot better.
This is where I'm going to play my cheap card. There was nothing about it that did not look expensive. It was shoddy, cheap, ugly.
Definitely poorly executed. Botched boob job. That's all I gotta say.
Hashtag lumpy ass titties. With mystery white stuff at the bottom.
Yeah, I wonder which producer they were. Never mind.
All of them, and a couple cameramen too.
All I can say is hashtag poor Ginger.
Yeah.
The winner of this week happened to be Pearl. What do y'all think about that one? Natasha, you first, honey.
I am not a big fan of Pearl. I mean, I personally think she should have gone home a long time ago. But on this challenge, she more than stepped it up. It was hilarious, and it was very, very well deserved. Very well deserved.
Vivian?
I completely agree. I too have not been the biggest Pearl fan, but she has really taken that underdog thing and totally gone with it. Like, she's really opening up and blossoming, kind of like my headpiece right now, being gorgeous. And I've laughed out loud every time I looked at them. Like, it was amazing. I agree, 100%.
All right, now let's talk to our big Pearl fan here, Rosemary.
Well, I'm going to surprise you, but I thought Violet was better. I thought that she executed
Really?
the whole twin thing. And I mean, I know what Pearl was going for, the pretty and the ugly and all of that stuff, but I still think that Violet really pulled it off with Max. I thought they were absolutely gorgeous.
Okay. Well, I thought Pearl and Trixie were great, but I also thought Violet and Max were great. It was hard for me to choose, but I think that Pearl did step it up. And Rosemary, yes, I'm surprised that you were just thrilled with this one. Because I know you're a big Pearl fan. But I agree with the Snap Sisters. I haven't been the biggest Pearl fan, but I think that she did step it up. But I'm wondering if Trixie had something to do with that,
Mm-hmm.
The bottom two this week ended up being Ginger Minj, oh my gosh, and Jaidynn Diore Fierce, our favorite drag rat. Oh, did I say that out loud? Yes, I did. Oopsies. Let's talk about these bottom two and the fact that Miss Ginger Minj sent Jaidynn Diore Fierce sashaying away. Rosemary, you're up first.
Well, I agree that Ginger, although I love Ginger to death, I agree that she should have been in the bottom only because, the whole execution of her her outfit, and she did admit that she didn't sew. So it was sad to see her there, but I do agree that she needed to be there. And of course, Jaidynn needed to be there because Jaidynn needed to be there from the first day.
Vivian, darling, what did you think about this?
I think that they were right in having Ginger and Jaidynn being the bottom two and lip syncing. I felt bad for Ginger because I love her to death, and normally she can do no wrong, but she totally missed the mark this time. And I am 100% happy. This is sad to say. I'm happy that Jaidynn went home. She did that sad Beyonce look every time. And
when the show first started, I was so happy to see Jaidynn. Before we even saw episode 1, she looked great, and I thought she was going to be so wonderful.
Her performances are amazing. Look her up on YouTube. She's a fierce queen.
Mm-hmm.
But she gave us seriously the same look every single week, and sure, she has a gorgeous, gorgeous face, but she needed to really step it up. I don't think it was quite her time to shine.
Right.
I think if she came back in like 2 years, she'd blow everybody away. But right now,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've always said that Jaidynn's face, she's beautiful. Right? There's no denying that. She's beautiful. It was always the clothing that ended up being the problem. Do I agree with Ginger being in the bottom? Yes, I do, but I don't think it was Ginger's fault. I'm kind of putting some of this blame on Sasha Belle with that. So, but it was Jaidynn's time to go home, and there's no way in the world that Ginger should have gone home, especially after that lip sync, because she really turned it out, especially when she tore those titties off.
that lip sync for your life was epic. We had a real life plastic surgery going on stage. We had titties coming off. We had man titties showing. There was a titty fan fest up there.
girls going around on stage. You can't ask for more, really.
Like, it was porn theater art. It was gorgeous.
That was.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but Sasha Belle, though, had the world's dirtiest tights. The bottom of her feet, when she was laying on the floor kicking up her feet, Lord, that was dirty. I don't know if any of y'all catch that, but I did.
I didn't catch it, but maybe that was Kandy Ho shaving before the set took.
She's just trying to help a queen out. She's like, okay, hold on, girl. Let me take some of that off ya. And she's just rubbing her face with her foot. It's like, there we go, darling. You look good now. Hit the stage.
All right, here's my favorite part of the show where we get to pick our drag cats, who are going to be the most perfect look of the week, and our drag rats. You know, the one that needs to go out and eat moldy cheese behind the motherfucking dumpsters. So, let's start with our special guest, shall we, Rosemary?
Yes, we shall.
Natasha, who was your drag cat, the one that just looked perfect for you this week?
My drag cat is Pearl. That's a big surprise for me because I'm not a big Pearl fan, but she looked wonderful. She really did, and I'm so happy for her. So definitely Pearl.
Miss Vivian, who was your drag cat?
Mine was Pearl as well. Like, that bitch hit it out of the park. Sad to say, but she did a home run. Loved every second. So Pearl.
And Rosemary, my dear, how about you? Who was your drag cat? The one who was perfect for you?
This week is a little different. My drag cat is Violet. I thought her face was absolutely beautiful on the runway. And again, we're just going by looks, right? Not the whole thing like I always do. So for just the face, Violet.
Well, Rosemary, I'm going to pull a Joan Rivers on you and overrule.
Overruled.
Our special guest got it right. The drag cat look of the week goes to Pearl.
Okay, I'm a diehard Pearl fan, so that's fine with me.
Now, the drag rats. Vivian, dear, who is your drag rat? Who needs to go eat the moldy cheese behind the dumpster this week?
My drag rat this week is Miss Fame. She is normally super, super gorgeous, but that look on the main stage with that sad-looking homeless wrap around her head and all the lines drawn on her face, that bitch need to go eat some cheese out by that dumpster because she ain't doing nothing for me on that stage.
Natasha, how about you?
My drag rat this week was by far Jaidynn. There wasn't even one thing. I couldn't even find one thing about her look that I liked. So hit it, girl. Get back there.
She did hit it.
Right, she did.
Bye. Hashtag not sorry.
Rosemary, how about you?
My drag rat this week is Kennedy. I didn't think that she pulled it off on the runway at all. I think she was too bland, and she wasn't as creative as the rest of the queens. So she's my rat this week.
Okay, well, I got to pull a Joan Rivers here again and say overruled, but this time on the Snap Sisters, because my drag rat is the same as Rosemary's. It was Kennedy. I thought it was just bland and dull. There was nothing to her, nothing to the twins look. Just a simple dress sewn together, same wig, same hair, same makeup, same flowers, everything. It was just very, very boring for me. So my
like
drag
watching
rat
a sad
is
Doublemint commercial.
Hashtag yawn. Ugh. Each week, Rosemary and I like to talk about who we think might make it to the top 3 going for the crown. Now let's start with our special guests. Vivian, you first. Which 3 queens do you think might actually make it to the top 3?
My top 3. Okay. I have Ginger Minj. No big surprise there. I think she has what it takes to go all the way. My second would be Katya. Because she is one fierce Russian bitch and I love her. And then we have a shocker for me, which I thought I'd never in a million years say. Pearl. I think Pearl will take it all the way. Not to win, but she'll be in the top 3.
Okay. Natasha, how about you, dear?
Okay, well, I almost completely agree with you. Definitely, by far, Ginger. She definitely is a superstar. She really is. And I really think she could win that crown. Big girls represent. Hey! And my next one is Katya. Yes, that girl, I did not have high hopes for her when I first saw her, but she has blown me away. I've subscribed to her YouTube and everything she puts out is absolutely hilarious, and she's doing phenomenal on the show. So I love her. And actually, my third one is Violet. She has really stopped being so much of a bitch, and she seems to be she's softening up, and I really think that she'll be put into the top 3. Of course, no winning for her, but she'll be on top.
No winning for her. She's just the filler seat on the way to the first.
We all need filler.
Seat filler. Hashtag seat filler.
Rosemary, who you got for your 3 this week, dear?
For me, I have Pearl, of course. No surprise there. Ginger.
No.
Ginger and
Again, no surprise.
and then I have Violet on there because I really think, she is coming around. She went from being, the bitch of the group to kind of softening up a little bit. So I get those are my top three.
Okay, well, wow, the four of us are pretty much in agreement. My three are Ginger Minj. She's still there for me. Katya, you all know I love Katya to death. I think she's got it. I think she's a well-rounded queen. But I am keeping Miss Fame up there in my three because she continues to grow and learn each week. And she even learned again this week. And what was the lesson she learned? She learned how to shut the fuck up and listen and get the damn joke. Well, that's the end of this episode, but before we go, I really want to say with a big warm heart, thank you so much for the Snap Sisters for being here. We love you. It was exciting to have you. Thank you so much.
Oh, Xander and Rosemary, thank you so much for having us here this week. I had a blast. I never laughed so much about hideous drag fashion. It was great.
It was such an honor to be on the show with you guys. Had so much fun. Thank you.
The pleasure was all ours.
I was waiting for you to say something, Rosemary.
Well,
now, thank you again to the Snap Sisters. Thank you to Rosemary. Thank you to all of you out there watching. And you do us all a favor. Until we see you next week, and you will be back next week, won't you? But until then, you all have fun and you get home safe. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, Rosemary, what'd you think about our very first special guest?
Oh, I thought it was so wonderful. It was so much fun. I can't wait to have more special guests join us. But they were great. I hope they come back again.
I do too, and they're so beautiful. I loved it so much. Oh my gosh, they cracked me up. Now, for all of you out there, if you want to connect with the Snap Sisters, here's all your info. And don't forget to comment and let us know what you thought about this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. We'd like to know what you thought. But we'd also like to know what you thought about what we thought. You know, our drag cats and our drag rats. What we thought of the looks this week. What we thought about everything that was RuPaul. Let us know what you think about everything that is RuPaul.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at DragChat.
Follow us on Facebook.
Don't forget to subscribe by clicking below.